Just really excited about the effort. Obviously, Coach Halfley, Jeff. I mean that was a good game between two Northeast rivals, and obviously physical, obviously intense, obviously all the stuff that the fans come to see between a rival game. Some good things, some bad things out there, but really excited about how my guys finished. How they fought to the very end. They didn't do everything right, and they weren't always doing the smart things. But overall, the effort was fabulous. I want to go back and I want to give thanks, give the glory where it's due. Definitely to the man upstairs, but really proud of the coaches. Really proud of the players after. Those 5 weeks to be able to come back with a win like this versus a good Boston College team that, 2 weeks ago beat NC State, the same NC State that beat North Carolina, the same North Carolina that's playing in the ACC championship game versus Clemson, just to go show you once again how tough this league is and how precious just winning a football game can be. Questions?
A couple chippy moments throughout the game. I'm just wondering how much you chalk that up to the rivalry and how far over the line maybe things went for you as a coach.
When you say over the line, there were some things that were just rivalry type things that the players have to understand that this game is different. An ankle's going to get twisted and it's going to get stepped on. There's going to be some things that they need to be able to overcome as young men. And I'm not saying that there was just stuff out there. If you've been in a rivalry game before, there's certain things that are going to happen, and we need to do a better job of adjusting to them.
With Enrique Cruz's situation, was there something that prompted that? Because obviously we couldn't see that.
Sure there was. Absolutely. There was something.
What that was?
I don't want to do that to the rivalry game, but you guys, you can figure it out. But he still shouldn't have reacted. He shouldn't have reacted to it.
Any opinions on the flag being planted or trying to be planted?
We're not going to be doing that stuff. I think the flag ended up in the right person's hand, and you saw what happened to the flag after that right person had it.
So you didn't know about it?
No, I didn't know about it. Once I figured out what was going on, I thought I handled it the way a dad would.
Calvin back.
Coach, how big was that roughing the passer penalty on that 3rd and long in the fourth quarter to give your team some momentum? And you ended up punching the ball in on that drive and then going on a run to finish the game.
It was really important. It's Calvin is crazy. You're bringing up stuff. That game seems like it's 5 hours to me. It's like 2.5 movies, drive-in theater, A and B film. And to go back through it, I'm normally really good at it. I got the part you're talking about, but it just seems like a lot of stuff happening. It seems a lot more than what it was. But there was fouls that were called and fouls that weren't called, which is normally what happens. But obviously that was an important one.
Coach, what allowed your offense to explode down the stretch after, just kind of such a slow start in those first 3 quarters? What do you think changed in that last 15?
We changed some things that we were doing at halftime. We adjusted some things very quickly, and we just decided that we're going to go after, play this game a different way, in a different style. And based off of who we were playing in the situation, it was very effective for us.
First last week against Wake Forest and now today, you guys have had more of those chunk yardage plays and the big plays, thinking like the 58-yard touchdown to Damian Alford. What's contributed to those plays kind of coming back into the fold, or is there something you guys are doing differently to help that?
Healthier quarterback, and just being able to time some of that stuff up better. But it was good to see. We had Damian on the now. See, Calvin, now you're making it come back to me. But we had Damon on the left side as well, and I think that maybe he wished he had that one back earlier in the game. Then he came back on the right side and nailed it. I mean, he ran a great route and influenced that guy, and then stepped around him and stepped on his toes, and what a throw! Ball was up there forever. Too doggone long for me, but what a strike! A dime is what we call it. Okay, not a nickel, not a quarter, but a dime. And It was awesome.
Was there something you guys were trying to do to exploit the defensive backs and linebackers to help contribute to those big plays?
Absolutely.
Any insight on
Well, we're trying to throw it in front of them and behind them and over their heads as well. But those linebackers are heavy downhill run guys, and they do a nice job of forcing things. But they're vulnerable in certain pass plays when they do stuff like that.
Back row again.
Devon Cooper eclipsed his career single season career high mark in receiving yards. 2018, he had like 368 with Arizona. He turned 24 yesterday. What does it mean to you to see a seventh-year senior accomplish a goal in the last game of the regular season?
You know, not only a seventh-year senior, and I thank you so much for the question. I mean, Cooper's been on 3 teams. I think he told me he's had 4 head coaches. I don't know if that's true. You guys have to check it. But to me, he's orange. He's been at those other places. You guys ask him. I mean, I'm not going to speak for him, but when I look at him, and it's not just his performance, I really believe that, and this is me, I can be wrong, I really believe he's got more Syracuse in him than the other places. I really feel like he feels closer to us than some of the other places. And for a guy of that age to be playing a young man's game in college still, and playing it at the level that he plays and giving us what he gives us, not only on offense, you guys, he's a special teams player for us too. He's out there all the time. And I wish I had another 21 guys like him, because then life would be a lot easier. Great question.
Coach, Gadsden, Alford, and Cooper all topping 80 receiving yards today. What was it like for you to see the diversity in the targets that Trader was throwing to today?
He was moving the ball around, there's no doubt. And then when you add in, Tucker getting 100-something, it makes the offense different. Now, we've got to be able to start faster than what we've started. There's no doubt about it. But, you got to take your hat off. Boston College was doing some things that was really impressive in the first half. And but eventually, the defense with their speed and our defense against their offense with our speed caught up to them. But you're seeing 2 teams, one that's going bowling and one that's not, but just major carnage, major injuries on both sides. And it'll be a different game next year when everybody comes back a lot healthier. But, I hope you guys enjoyed it, because it was a physical contest.
A few more, we'll start with Emily.
Speaking of those injuries, linebacking core was pretty slim today, missing Michael and Derek. First off, when did you know that those guys weren't going to be available for today?
Who?
Michael and Derek.
McHale, I knew on Monday, but I wasn't going to tell Boston College. What was the other question?
Derek, when was Derek McDonald?
Derek, I knew on Tuesday. Yeah, actually, I said the wrong thing. Both of them was Tuesday, not Monday.
And then how did you just feel like Marlowe stepped up and was able to lead kind of that group of younger players who haven't all had to play together?
It's different when Marlowe's out there and Steph Thompson is gone and McHale's gone, and now he's got Anwar and some other younger guys on his left and his right, and he's lining everybody up. I thought that Marlowe did a nice job, and it was good to see that growth, not only on the field as a football player, but also, as a leader.
Last 2 will go Connor, then here back.
Is there a feeling maybe in those last 7 minutes, maybe relief that you hadn't felt in 5-6 weeks?
We play every game to win, and everyone else does as well, and you're always trying to find a way to win while you're playing. And when you get to see the young men achieve and things work out their way, that's the stuff that I get excited about. See them grow on the football field, which means they have an opportunity to not only grow on the football field, but off the football field as well, to have them have some success and to carry that from the football field to the academic room to their personal lives. So it was fun to see some of those guys have success out there. And there was a lot of guys doing a lot of stuff. Steve Linton and Caleb and Marlowe and the DBs, and then you saw some young guys doing some silly stuff. Okay, and then the big brothers got to help the little brothers to grow up so that the family can move forward.
Last question.
Coach, what impressed you most about your team being down 17-6 on a 5-game losing streak in the fourth quarter? Could have been easy to fold there, and instead rattling off 26 straight points in a rivalry game like that. What impressed you most?
The thing that impressed me most is that they stayed together, and the way I knew they were going to stay together is because what happened in that JMA Dome when we ran those stadiums. Mikhail's already talked about it. You guys already seen his letter, but I'm just telling you, every team that's done that since I've been a head coach has always had a good year. And I really thought that, everything happens for a reason. I'm sure all these injuries happen for a reason. It happened to work to see maybe my patience. It maybe worked, those things happen maybe to see your guys' patience and the way you guys handled being 6-0 and then being 0-5. I mean, you by media, and then being able to come back. And it's growth for everybody. It's growth on my side. It's growth on your side. It's growth on the community side. There was a heckler that was out in the stands that was saying some really mean things to me, and I was really looking for him after the game. And when I asked some people, because I knew where he was, when I asked some people what happened to him, Pierre told me, there's Pierre over there standing there, you say something bad to me, Pierre's going to get you, the big tall guy. Pierre, he really didn't, Pierre kind of like, that guy left. Okay, so that guy left early. I'm sure it was traffic issues, but it's a room for everybody to grow and for everybody to mature, because everybody wants the same thing. They want people to be able to have success, playing the game the right way and putting the game in the right perspective. We got our offensive coordinator going to the funeral of those young men at UVA on Wednesday. And that thing has been heavy on our heart, and it's affected our family. And hopefully that'll bring some closure, not only to him, but some other people around the country. And you got to keep things in perspective, okay? Give thanks to the man upstairs. Take care of your family, okay? And then take care of your football team in my situation. But there's things that are more important, and we just need to always remember that. Don't get me wrong, I like winning. Okay, I'm a competitive person, but sometimes you got to keep it all in perspective. Hope you guys get back home safely tonight, and I hope I get back before 2 o'clock in the morning. You guys have a great night.